Hey, good morning. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and today we're going to talk about Dogecoin. Last night, Elon Musk appeared on SNL, and as expected, there were some jokes about Dogecoin, but it seems like there's a difference between somebody laughing with you and somebody laughing at you. So I'm going to explain to you why Elon Musk, in my view, single-handedly destroyed the price of Dogecoin, just like he was the guy who single-handedly created the price of Dogecoin. We're going to break all that down. So buckle up your seatbelt, hit the thumbs up button. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor. And I want to say also hello to those of you who are on our Instagram page, which is the Black Financial Channel. So look us up on Instagram. We have intelligent Black financial conversations every single day. Here's the deal. Elon Musk appeared on SNL last night, and it did affect the price of Dogecoin. We've been talking about that a lot. And I want to start off by asking everybody, as you put your hashtag B1 in the chat, because don't forget that we talk about financial topics every day on this channel, but we do it from a Black perspective. So you ain't got to be Black to be here, but just know that in this space, we put our community first. So if you're not offended by that, then everybody's welcome. We love everybody, but at the same time, we take care of ourselves first. Now, with that said, how many of you, give me a yes or no, how many of you are aware that Elon Musk went to SNL? How many of you are aware that Elon Musk was on SNL last night and that this was going to affect the price of your Dogecoin? Give me a yes or no. How many of you saw this or heard about it? Maybe you watched it. If you watched it, I watched it in the chat or something like that. Let me know. Okay, Jayla Soul says I was aware. Is that CD says yes. Okay, so Dion Smith, yes. Okay, good. So Elon Musk was appearing on SNL, and I told you guys earlier this week that what my theory was. You guys might know my theory, and in case you don't know, let me just repeat it very quickly. My theory was that the controversy and all the news about Elon Musk going on to SNL was going to push up the price of Dogecoin, and I'm going to explain exactly where that came from in 1 second. But and it was going pretty good, right? It was going pretty good this week. You had a lot of price movement around Musk appearing on SNL. It was really kind of working along just like clockwork. And then I woke up this morning and I look at my app and I saw the price had plummeted. I want to say the price had plummeted about 20% or more. It was up as high as 73, 74 cents going into SNL. And then when I woke up this morning, it was about 45, 46 cents. I said, whoa, this is not good. This is bad. This is very doji bad. And so I did my research, and I'm going to break some of this down for you. Now, what I want to say to you, those of you who are on Instagram, I'm going to have to shut off the Instagram because for whatever reason, Instagram does this weird thing where it throttles me, and I don't know why. I don't know if y'all know this, but my main Instagram, which is the Real Boyce Watkins, I can't even go live on that Instagram. If you want to follow me on my Instagram, it's the Real Boyce Watkins. That's my main Instagram. I can't even go live on that Instagram. And then the Black Financial Channel, they always sort of throttle and freeze and stuff like that. So I'm going to shut this off. So once I shut this off, just go to the blackfinancialchannel.com. That's the YouTube channel, or you can catch it later on Spotify. This podcast is on Spotify. So if you look up Dr. Boyce Watkins on Spotify, you'll find me on there too. So I'm going to shut this down and let's get it cracking. All right. So the deal with Elon Musk and Dogecoin was I was really optimistic about what I thought Musk could do for the price of Doge, once he went on to SNL. Now, I've told you guys that this was not a serious investment in my view because Dogecoin. Let's do a quick little quiz, a little primer. What is the according to financial theory? What is the fundamental economic value of a Dogecoin? Answer that question in the chat for me so that we know. So we're clear about what it is. I need y'all to know what it is. It's just like dating, right? If you meet somebody and you decide you want to have a one-night stand, that's cool. But if you think that you just met your husband or you just met your wife, you're going to be sorely disappointed. So it's okay to have a one-night stand. That's not the issue. The issue is having a one-night stand thinking that that's going to be your spouse. That ain't going to be your spouse. Your spouse is somewhere else, okay? Your soulmate is not in the bed with you right now if that's your one-night stand. So Doge is the investment equivalent of a one-night stand. It is a financial hit it and quit it, where if you want to hop in and have some fun and ride the wave and see if you can make money on the pump and dump, go for it. but do not think for a second that Dogecoin is a long-term investment. I know a lot of people are mad at me for this. A lot of y'all coming back at me. This is where I really show how much I love you. I show you a person shows that they love you in many cases by being willing to tell you the things that might make you hate them, right? Somebody who doesn't love you is just going to let you go drive yourself off a cliff. But I love you so much that even when you're cussing me out, I'm still going to step in and maybe like Elon Musk is the Doge father. For some of y'all, I might be the financial father. I say that humbly. So as your financial dad, I'm stepping in and saying, just be careful, slow your roll, because this ain't what it is. This ain't what you might think it is. This idea that somehow Dogecoin can be implemented into the economy and become this really important currency, that's a little bit of a fantasy. It doesn't mean it can't happen. It just means that a lot of things would have to occur for Dogecoin to become a legitimate currency. A lot of things. I mean, it's going to take a lot of magic to make Pinocchio into a real boy. Pinocchio is a puppet. Pinocchio he's probably not going to be a real boy, right? And that's the thing about Dogecoin that makes it so intriguing yet so risky. Right. So be really careful with that. All right. So I'm going to read the survey results from you guys. I took a survey. And by the way, I should stop and say happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out here. All the black mamas in here, raise your hand. Say your name. Say your name. Everybody who has a black mama that you love, say her name. Say her name in the chat. So if you're not a woman, let's praise our women right now. Let's take a moment of silence for all the black women who raised us and gave us breast milk and tore their bodies up, ripped up their beach bodies to give birth to us. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And also, if you have a mama, say your mama's name in the chat, because I want us to honor our mothers right now. Janie, I see. Let's see here. I see. Monmats just says hi, mama. Okay. Anita, she bad. Her mama's name is Anita. I see India from Damon. I see Sylvia Smith, Teresa Singleton, Edna Collins, Annette Rice, Ruth, Clara, Barbara Smith, Clementine, Jackie, Clementine Dilligard. That's a great name. Lisa Thornton. Is that two Lisas or just one? I see Lisa twice. Let's see here. I see Barbara and Barbara Gale are from Tunisia. Okay. All right. So, okay. And Ernestine Mason. All right. So, happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out here. I had to say that. All right. So let's move on. All right. So here's what I did, right? I'm going to show you guys the survey I did. You guys know we did our Dogecoin experiment where I went out and I bought some Dogecoin. I asked you guys, hey, how many of you would like to see me buy some Doge and just tell you what happens? And 76% of you said yes. So I did that, right? So what I've been doing is updating you on the progress and then taking little votes to say, what should I do next? Like, how should this story play out? And so here's what happened today. So I went on my Twitter. My Twitter is Dr. Boyce Watkins 1, Dr. Boyce Watkins and the number 1. Follow me on Twitter. I need smart people to follow me. I'm tired of stupid people. All right. So in fact, I don't even argue with stupid people. It's a waste of time. All right. So here's what I said. I said, Dogecoin is getting hammered today. Do we sell, buy the dip, or hold steady? 21% of you said sell. 39.4% said buy the dip. 39.2% said hold steady. So that's like a 50-50 right down the middle of people that believe we should hold steady. And then some people are saying, no, just buy the dip, buy the dip. So I decided, since we're in Vegas and we're having fun and we're rolling the dice, I said, let's buy the dip. So I bought the dip. I bought a few thousand more, maybe a couple thousand more Dogecoins this morning. Now, here's the interesting thing, though. I didn't buy the dip with the same confidence that I bought the dip earlier this week. I bought the dip, and I bought the dip because I had this brilliant idea, or I thought it was brilliant, right? Maybe it wasn't, but I just felt like it was. That I said, Elon, everybody's talking about Elon, everybody's talking about SNL. This is going to be big for Dogecoin, so I'm going to buy the dip, and I bought it big. I think I bought 5,000 Dogecoins and added to the portfolio, and I think we made a little bit of a profit on it even after the losses. But now I'm buying the dip with a little more hesitation, and the reason I'm buying the dip with a little more hesitation is because I don't know what's going to prop up this the price of Dogecoin. Again, Pinocchio is not a real boy, and so but you've been trained to believe he's a real boy because there's a good puppet master that's really doing a good job making you think that this Pinocchio is a real boy. So my thought was, if Elon Musk abandons his role as Geppetto, who was Pinocchio's puppet master, if Elon Musk abandons his role as the Dogecoin puppet master, who's going to take up that that flag? Who's prominent? What prominent billionaire or set of celebrities or institutions are going to step in and breathe life into a currency that has no fundamental economic value whatsoever? Who's going to do it? I'm going to say, that I don't know what's going to happen, because I'm going to tell you like this. Let's talk about SNL for a minute. Let's talk about what happened last night and why I was really kind of surprised that Elon did this. It kind of threw me off. I thought that he was going to be a little more optimistic about Doge. He wasn't. The jokes that were made were jokes, but it was tongue in cheek in the sense that it was a joke, but it wasn't a joke. Somebody makes a joke, but it really ain't a joke. Like they joke about, ha ha ha, you always eat all the chicken. They really mad because you ate all the chicken. I really felt like the jokes I saw two jokes. One was when Elon was talking to his mother on the show, and she made a joke. She said, he said, I got you a Mother's Day gift, and she says, oh, I hope it wasn't Dogecoin. And he says, oh, actually it was, right? Now, that's not so heavy. That's not so bad. But it did kind of make you say, okay, that doesn't sound like his mother wants Dogecoin. And Dogecoin's value is driven heavily by the fact that people want it. The thing that makes Dogecoin valuable is the fact that people want it. So if Elon Musk's mother doesn't want Dogecoin, then you can expect that perhaps a lot of other people will say, well, if she don't want it, then I don't want it. Because a lot of the reason people wanted it was because Elon wanted it. Do you follow what I'm saying? People were following the fact that he said he wanted it, right? So that's his role of being a financial influencer, is that he influences people to do things. He influences people to want things. He creates artificial demand by simply tweeting about things, right? He's not the first one to do it. Donald Trump used to be able to do this too, except he didn't do it through Twitter because there was no Twitter. He just did it through the media. When Donald Trump used to go buy a certain stock, the price would go up because everybody's like, well, Trump wants it, then I should want it, right? When Warren Buffett buys stock, the price goes up because people are saying, oh, Warren wants it, then I should want it, right? So people followed the experts. So I was a little surprised by that. The second thing that got to me was this. I saw a skit that Elon Musk did with Michael Shea, the brother on this show. Michael Shea, who's pretty good. I don't know if he's going to be a big star or not. He's not quite Eddie Murphy, but he's not as bad as, like, I don't know, Tracy Morgan or that other guy that didn't go anywhere. I forgot his name. But anyway, so he's on the skit with Michael Shea, and he basically kind of he's on there. He's pretending to be this expert. Did anybody see that skit? Let me know if you saw that skit. And he's sitting there and he's talking about Dogecoin. And Michael Shea goes, so what is a Dogecoin? And he starts saying, Dogecoin to the moon, Dogecoin. And he's like, so what is a Dogecoin again? And he asks again, like, so what is a Dogecoin? And he's like, Dogecoin is a cryptocurrency. Yay, right? And he goes, okay, he pulls out $1 and he says, I have $1 in my pocket. This is real. This is real. He says, so what is a Dogecoin? Right? So that was the joke. The joke is he kept asking, what is a Dogecoin? What is a Dogecoin? What is a Dogecoin? And it was really funny. But what was interesting was he kept saying, what is a Dogecoin? And the guy couldn't answer. He never answered. And then the white guy goes, so what is a Dogecoin? And then at the end, here's the part I maybe call me crazy, but I feel like this made a difference in the price. When Michael Shea ends by basically saying, oh, so it's a hustle. And then Elon says, yeah, it's a hustle, right? So I'm going to ask y'all a question right quick. Let me ask y'all a question right quick. If I told y'all to invest in something and somebody said, oh, man, that's a hustle. Let's say I didn't say it. Let's say it was somebody else. Would you put your money into a hustle? Is that something? Give me a yes or no. Would you be excited about investing in something where the person who influences you the most tells you that it's a hustle? Would that make you more interested in investing or in that thing, or less interested in investing? Right? Like Michael Shea's from Brooklyn. They always make jokes about selling you the Brooklyn Bridge, right? Like would you invest in a hustle? The answer is no. The answer is no. So I believe I would be willing to bet you. I don't know. I haven't checked it. I'd love to check a chart. I would like to see the timestamp of when that joke was made and when Dogecoin started to plummet, because Dogecoin was doing just fine before Musk went onto SNL. Dogecoin was headed to the moon. And then after SNL was over, it was headed straight to hell. I woke up this morning and I looked over. I said, Alicia, babe, our pipe dreams, Dogecoin was going to get us out the hood. It was going to get us out of the projects and help us build a new life, baby. And I'm sorry, but right now, Dogecoin is at 47 cents per coin. It's dropped 11.3 cents percent today. Now this week, it looks like it's gone up. Actually, it's gone up 27% over the week. So maybe there is hope, right? The floor didn't fall out from underneath it, but I would wonder if a lot of people are disappointed in what Musk had to say about Dogecoin because he didn't give it any sort of vote of confidence. There was no joke that I saw that said Dogecoin is awesome, Dogecoin is great, Dogecoin can be made into a good, valuable asset. So anyway, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. We are building Black media. So I need you guys, please take 1 second, hit the thumbs up button. Please also share and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to get a free training on how to invest in the stock market, if you haven't started investing in the stock market and you want to get started for free in about 11 minutes, go to firstsharestock.com. There is a video there, a training there. Over 1 million people have gone through this training. Literally, we've introduced the stock market to well over 1 million people. Probably more like 4 or 5 million by now. I don't know. But firstsharestock.com is where you can get started, and then you'll also get a lot of free information from the Black Business School at firstsharestock.com. So go to that URL. Even if you've already started investing and you want to learn more, go to firstsharestock.com. All right. So another thing here. Here's the thing I want you to understand about Elon Musk and Dogecoin and everything else. Okay, so we saw where Musk called it a hustle. We saw that the price plummeted shortly thereafter, which I'm going to directly attribute to what Elon Musk said on the show. And I want you to kind of go back and reflect this for a second with you on what's going on here and what how to look at Dogecoin in terms of its meaning and its relevance as a financial asset. Remember, I told you, Pinocchio, most of my colleagues in academia who, the other finance PhDs laugh at things like Dogecoin. They laugh at it and because they wonder why someone would invest in that. Right. But then the thing is that they don't necessarily acknowledge the human aspect of investing, that right now we have a bubble market. There is a little bit of a gambling culture. People are speculating, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But I will just warn you guys. I want to make this warning very, very clear that right now, all signs point to an overall bubbling or overvaluation of financial assets across the board. Real estate, bubbling. Crypto, bubbling. Stock market, bubbling. Everything is inflated. A lot of it is driven by the fact that the Fed has been very supportive and complimentary toward the valuation of assets. They have made money cheap. They are flooding the market with money. They're buying billions of dollars of bonds every month, which is increasing the money supply. So right now, this is where the money resides. There's money everywhere. What people are worried about, what they're looking forward to or concerned about is that there's going to be a day where the head of the Fed, Jay Powell, steps out and makes a little tiny comment, some little comment to say, okay, we good now. Like the economy's cool. We're gonna slow down. And just be ready, because on that day, your stocks are going to get a body blow. Like you're gonna feel like you just like you just made love to an elephant, because you're gonna get screwed that day big time. You're gonna be mad that day. Just be ready. Just be ready. Just like my daddy told me when I met my first girlfriend, and I thought I was in love, and I thought she's gonna be my wife and the mother of my kids. And my dad was like, "Cool it now, like New Edition, like at some point." This is going to end, and it's going to break your heart and destroy you. So just be ready. Just know that the movie may not end well, but you will be okay, right? Just like in investing, you will be okay, but it's going to hurt right at that moment. So you want to just kind of be ready for that, okay? So the other thing about Dogecoin that you may want to consider is when you're talking about a financial asset derives its value typically, in one of three ways, right? It either is connected to some sort of thing that can generate revenue, right? Like if you buy into a company, you're buying into something that is that's selling a product, right? You buy Coca-Cola stock, their value is going to be measured by how many cans of Coke they sell. If you buy a cow, that cow is going to be measured by, maybe how good the meat's going to taste, or how much milk the cow is producing, or how many calves the cow is going to give birth to, right? You've got something that's being produced from that asset. Another reason for something like Doge to have value could be utility, right? Can you use it for something, right? So if you have a currency, a dollar in my pocket, like Michael Shea pulled out the dollar and said, here's a dollar in my pocket. This is real. But what is Dogecoin, right? Well, a dollar has value because you can use it. You can go to the store with that. You can go down and buy you a bag of Cheetos and a hot dog with that money, right? Dogecoin has no such value. Dogecoin is not a revenue generating commodity. Dogecoin is not it's something that has utility. You can't use it. You can't eat it. There's no value there. Even a banana can be eaten, right? So the thing about Dogecoin is that its value is driven purely by speculation. It's being driven by this idea that you're going to buy it at 45 cents or 50 cents per coin, and that you will find somebody who is willing to pay more than what you paid, right? Some would say a cynic would call that the bigger fool theory, or the bigger sucker theory, that I might be a sucker for buying it for 50 cents, even though I know it's not worth anything, but I believe that there's a bigger sucker out there. So at that point, you're running into the space of almost like a financial religion, where you just believe in the core of your heart. You just have faith, like in Jesus. You just have faith that in the afterlife, meaning your life after you make this transaction, that in the afterlife, you're going to go to heaven, that you're going to buy this coin for 50 cents, and that at some point it's going to be worth $2 or $10 or $100, and all your dreams will come true, right? I'm not saying that's necessarily bad. I'm just saying that sometimes dreams don't come true. So you got to just be careful with that. All right. So do me a favor, as we move forward, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. I want to remind you guys that if you have kids and you want your kids to be financially literate, we have financial workbooks and flashcards we designed with experts from the Black community who created Black wealth workbooks and flashcards and everything else that are really, really good. We have tens of thousands of parents across the country that have tried them and they love them. So feel free to go take a look. It's at financialworkbooks.com. That's financialworkbooks.com. All right. So one more thing I'll mention about, actually two more things. One more thing about Dogecoin is this. Dogecoin is a little bit in that space of Tesla, where they both have what is called a key man risk. Key man risk is when you have an asset that has a huge value because you got one guy, kind of like a financial Michael Jordan, who's kind of carrying the load. When you got one guy, who's the leader of the pack, the one guy everyone's investing in, the one guy that everybody loves and believes in, like which would be an Elon Musk. And so here's the thing. If one day, here's the thing, the problem with human beings is that human beings don't live forever. Human beings can they can die, they can get caught up in sex scandals, terrible things can happen, they go to prison. So Elon Musk is that guy who is the key man behind a lot of stuff, right? So if you're invested in Tesla, which by the way has been dropping the last 3 months, it's dropped maybe 23% in the last 3 months. Tesla was skyrocketing, and now it's just sort of flat and dropping. If something were to happen to Musk, if he were to get locked up, if he were to get sick or whatever, just know that the value of your Tesla stock would probably plummet. And Tesla is probably the most stable asset that Elon Musk is associated with. The less stable assets would be SpaceX or Dogecoin, especially, right? So just know that if Elon Musk says anything, if he so much as breathes something negative about Dogecoin, which actually he's kind of done that, and I believe he can continue to do that, then just know that you're going to lose money that way. So be really careful with this key man risk. And also just know that because Dogecoin has no fundamental economic value to speak of, it's pretty much a momentum trade, meaning that you're just hoping that people continue to think that Dogecoin is cool. You're hoping that the artificial demand that's been created for Dogecoin, which can't be used for anything other than sitting in your app, maybe your Robinhood app or whatever app you use to buy it with. I'm not judging, right? That's all this is, just sits there and you're waiting for it to go up in value, okay? So just be very careful about that and just know that could be an issue. All right, so the next thing I would say here, this came from Faye Bishop, my friend Faye Bishop, who was on Twitter, and Faye made an interesting tweet about Doge today that I thought was actually on point, and she ended up being correct. So let me see here. Let me see if I can find the. Let's see here. Here we go. She said, "Don't be surprised if the Robinhood app has server problems during the SNL episode." So let me show you. I'll just show you so you can see a screenshot. Everybody should follow Faye Bishop. She's a smart lady. All right. So here's what she put up on her screen, and I saw that, and I looked it up, and I researched it, and guess what? Robinhood did have server problems during the SNL episode. Like they did. They had trouble. You know why they had trouble? Because they had a gang of people, a whole lynch mob of people rushing to sell their Dogecoin right after Elon Musk called it a hustle. Right after he called it a hustle, there was an overload of people that were dying to get rid of their Dogecoin because they were thinking, oh my God, there are no bigger suckers now. So I better get out while I can because I'm in the middle of a pump and dump. A pump and dump is like when you're in a crowded theater and somebody screams fire. Everybody wants to get out the door as fast as they possibly can. And so effectively what I'm really curious about, here's the $1 million question for Dogecoin going forward. Elon Musk, in my view, last night took the sales out of Dogecoin. He blew the wind out of it. Dogecoin, it died last night to some extent, or it got really body slammed. And the $1 million question to me, the $1 billion question, is can that life be reinstilled? Like what's going to happen? What could happen? What can occur right now that's going to help it regain its value? And then if it does, how's the market going to react? Are people going to say, oh, good, now I can sell. Now I can get out because the price is up? Let me just tell you this. This is something, I don't know how true this is. I got to look this up. But there was a buddy of mine who told me that that he saw a report that stated that there are millions and millions of people who have lined up trades, meaning where you put in a limit order. Limit order is where you tell the system, sell when it hits this point, right? There are a lot of people who've lined up trades to sell right when Dogecoin hits $1. That $1 is their limit price, and the dollar that's a psychological number, right? That's a huge milestone for Dogecoin. So don't be surprised if when Doge hits $1 that you see a big drop. And that's the question though, is will it ever hit $1? That's what I'm really curious about. Okay, so let's see how this goes. I'm in it with you. I'm not gonna sell. I'm gonna keep my Doge. I actually did invest again since you guys voted for me to buy more. Okay, cool. I bought more. I didn't buy as much as I bought last time because I don't really know where the valuation is going to come from. Because really, right now, what we're doing with the Doge investment is we're just looking to see if there are bigger suckers out there. Is there anybody out here willing to pay more than what we paid? Right now, we're not high on the drug. We're not high on the liquor. We're the nightclub manager who's trying to see if we can get everybody else to get drunk enough to want to go and put money in our pocket. So that's where the Dogecoin investment is right now. And nobody knows which direction it's going to go. So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button. And also, those of you who are interested in the Black Wealth Bootcamp, feel free to go check that out. Actually, you can use the code word podcast and get 30% off. It's really, really good. It's very, very popular. A lot of people loved it. And so we actually did a boot camp. I'll do a live one in the fall. But if you want to go and jump in now and go through everything we did earlier this year, it's really good for people that want to get off the corporate plantation and increase your economic independence, things like that. And it's a great program for your family. So feel free to go take a look at blackwealthbootcamp.com and use the code word podcast, and you can get 30% off anything in the Black Business School. So keep that in your pocket. Since you're part of the tribe, you can get discounts on a lot of things in the school. All right. So let's see. Tanya said, let me read some of your comments real quick. Tanya says that Mark Cuban was hyping it up too. Yeah, Mark Cuban. I don't really know what to think about Mark Cuban. I like Mark Cuban, but then sometimes you have older people who want to stay relevant and they want to stay cool. They want young people to like them. So they kind of go along with anything that's like trendy, anything that's like, crazy and stupid. Like there's a guy named Papalti or something. He has a long Indian name and he's a billionaire and he made his money on Facebook. And he kind of goes along with anything that the 20-somethings are into. And because they don't want to become dinosaurs like Warren Buffett, where where young people get mad at you because you're saying things that they don't want to hear. So Mark Cuban, I don't think Mark Cuban makes a valid argument for the long-term fundamental value of Dogecoin. I think he just thinks it's cool because he's kind of into whatever is kind of anti-establishment. Let's see here. Let's see. I am Styles G says, buy the rumor, sell the news. These are comments on my Instagram. My Instagram is the real Boyce Watkins. Let's see. Sherm Sweet says, buy the dip. Let's see. Unique Beat says, I should have pulled out before the airing. Okay, I should have pulled out. That's funny. Famous last words. Not sustainable, says Alicia Dumbs. Sherman, let's see here. The third kind says it's going to hit $1. The B property says maybe he said that to kill the value so he can buy loads after. Okay, so there are some people that would argue that perhaps, and this isn't out of the question, it's been done before, but who knows? He says, he says, hey, maybe Elon Musk is dropping the price so that he can sneakily step in and make a bunch of money by buying it when the price is low and pushing the price back up. Well, I don't think Elon Musk needs to do that per se, because the man's worth, $150 billion or $180 billion or something like that. Like, literally, you have no idea how much money $180 billion is. I don't know what his exact net worth is, but let me just kind of explain to you how much $180 billion is. So let's say that, every year he's only earning a meager 5% per year on his investments. Let's say that he stopped working for the rest of his life and he was going to go ahead and just, put it in some low interest or very low risk investment and earn about 5% per year on his investment. Well, that would give him approximately $24 million a day. He can make $24 million a day without working, without doing anything, literally by putting his money into some low risk investment and going to a beach and never taking a phone call for the rest of his life. Like, that's how much money Elon Musk has. So this idea that he's going to push the price down so he can sneak in and buy a bunch and make money, I would find that hard to believe. Although that has been done before, though. A guy who I believe did do this to his advantage would be a guy like a Donald Trump. Donald Trump, on many occasions back in the 1980s, would deliberately manipulate the market by basically announcing or spreading a rumor that he was planning to do a takeover of a company. And what would happen is that when that rumor got out there, and Trump would buy a bunch of shares and make it look like he was really planning to take over the company, buy just enough to get people's attention. And then he would spread the rumor that he's thinking about making a hostile bid for the company. And so what would happen is that because of the rumor, the price would go up, 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 up. And then what Trump would do is he would sell. And he'd say, I was just playing. I was just playing, right? So that is one of the factors of market manipulation that does exist. It's probably gotten worse because of social media, because people can just tweet something or say something and push the price of an asset up. Is it a problem? I don't know. I mean, I guess so. It shows that something that you've probably known since the beginning, that in America, a capitalist society, wealthy people that have wealth tend to do better. They tend to have more power. They tend to have more leverage. Well, that's why black wealth is so important. That's why black people have to build our wealth so that we can have real leverage. All this other stuff ain't going to work. You got to build your wealth. So you got 1.4 trillion that you control as a community. You can do great things with that. That is not 1.4 trillion in spending power. Never let a magazine, Essence, Ebony, or anybody tell you that you have 1.4 trillion in spending power. That is not true. What you have is you have 1.4 trillion in investing power. That's where your power actually realizes itself. Do you follow what I'm saying? Give me a yes or no if you understand, if you get what I'm saying. Okay, guys. So I'm going to bounce up out of here. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. And like I said, if you want to take a look at the Black Wealth Bootcamp, feel free to go take a look. Everything in the Black Business School, by the way, has a 30-day 100% money back guarantee. So if you're not happy for any reason, you just email us and we will take good care of you. And also, those of you who are in the Black Stock Market program, just know we're going to meet Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. We meet every Tuesday. And so if you want to join and want to take a look, the first month is free. You can go to the blackstockmarketprogram.com. So feel free, and you can submit questions to me in advance. I will answer every single question that's submitted in advance for every single class session. So take care, guys. Have a good day. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Thank you for listening, and I will see you guys soon. Take care. Peace.